Hi, you guys. So I had to do a check-in on Savannah Chrisley, and I went and listened to some new announcements she had, and I wanted to share them with you in a quick video. First of all, it sounds like Savannah Chrisley is very close to getting a new television deal for her and Nanny Faye and Chloe to be in, maybe Grayson too, and whoever else will join in the fun. Kind of how she's running the new household. I would imagine it'll be on her podcast and probably dating with all these dynamics, which is kind of crazy. So she's pitching it, and she's been talking to a few different production companies. I think she might have been talking to some out of New York. So I'm going to play some clips from her show about this. And then she seems to spill some tea that she might be dating someone. Also, she mentions her mom's conditions in prison are pretty terrible, and she feels like they're inhumane. She's going to try to petition as many people as she can to improve at least her mom's prison and other prison camps to be more humane to people, because her mom's really, I think, struggling. Here's Savannah talking to Nanny Faye about the reality show.
Last weekend, y'all, I just have to tell you, I had to go to New York for work, and, well, not this past weekend, I guess we're in the middle of the week, or today's Friday. Oh my gosh. Today's Friday. Okay, y'all, I'm losing track of my days. But I went to New York, and I had to do some work stuff, and then I went to the Jimmy Fallon show. And let me tell you, he is hysterical. Funniest, nicest human being I've ever met in my entire life. Just so kind and absolutely hilarious. But Nanny stayed with the kids. And do you know what Chloe said to me?
I don't know.
She goes, all because you want to leave, I have to suffer.
Well, I thought she would be happy. I let her do whatever she wanted to.
Well,
by the way, you guys, Nanny Faye looked good. She didn't look sick or anything.
I let her do whatever she wanted to.
Well, Chloe, come here. Chloe's here today because she's out of school for the day. And come here. We gotta talk about something.
What?
What did you say to me when I went out of town?
You're gonna leave us with Nanny and we're gonna all suffer.
Well, now listen, don't tell a lie. Tell the truth. What did I make you do that you don't do every day?
What?
I didn't even have to ask you to take a shower. You went upstairs, took a shower by yourself.
So you really didn't suffer.
And then she was really yelling at me while I was in the shower.
Well, you know what? That's part of having a grandma.
'Cause I know best.
It was Mother's knows best.
You thought it was Mother's knows best?
No,
Yeah.
Nanny's knows best.
Nannies do know best.
Oh my goodness. Well,
That should be the next show.
that should be the next show.
Yeah.
What?
Nanny's knows best.
Nanny knows best. Well, speaking of another show, you do know
What?
that we're talking to a few production companies about doing another show.
And you remember what you always told me? But I'd say, well, I'm finished. I'm ready to go home. You say, no, Nanny, you sit down because you got another episode.
Yeah, you do. You're always, because what? We have to do what? We got to work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you like it, don't you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Why do you like it? Let's say why you like it and why you don't like it.
What I don't like, they tell me what to do. And what I do like is that I can do whatever I want.
So, you don't like they tell you what to do, but you do like that you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of sense. So, you kind of want to be like the next it thing, don't you?
Of course I do.
Of course I do. That's amazing. So what do you see yourself doing?
Out of school?
Out of school? Well, chick, that ain't happening.
So I think Chrisley may have given away that Savannah may have a boyfriend that we don't know about or somebody she's serious with. Chloe went on a whole trajectory on the show about how she doesn't want to get married ever, that men are weird, and she, as a woman, when she grows up, is not going to be weird, so she won't be with a man. And so that, I guess, gets Savannah going, and she's like, well, what do you mean, and this and that. And anyway, listen to this part.
Oh, are you giving me my happiness?
Me and Grayson are.
Yeah? Want to be happy forever?
And I'm not getting a husband.
Okay, let's talk about that. Why are you not getting a husband?
Because they're weird.
They're weird?
Yeah, and I'm not that weird.
So, are you ever going to get married?
No.
Why?
Because I want to live by myself.
Okay, you want to live by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
So you never want to get married?
No. Not happening.
Oh.
Under the circumstances, I don't blame her, do you?
Don't
Okay,
never
so
say
should I
never.
get married?
No.
No? You don't want me to find someone and be happy forever?
She covers her mouth.
You cannot expose any secrets.
Like Rapunzel, a true love. Like
You
that
cannot
one
expose
Disney
any
movie, like,
secrets.
Love Kiss.
So it seems like there might be someone in Savannah's life, I'm sure not super, super serious, but somebody that she doesn't want Chloe to out her about in this conversation. So I have a Jamie Foxx story that I'm going to interject into this video because Savannah is going to meet with Jamie Foxx to come on her podcast, I think next week in LA. Now, Jamie Foxx asked me out on a date. There's a whole story around it. I'm waiting for one of my best friends, Ola, to come on the show and talk about it. She has so many amazing stories. I'm like, just come on the show. It's time. Spill the tea. But Ola's like, not yet, not yet. She's probably building up the strength to face it all with me on a show. But anyway, it occurred to me that I mean, Savannah's way hotter than I am, but she definitely has that kind of blondie girl look that I have, And so I'm thinking he's going to maybe hit on her. They could maybe become an item. Yeah, he's really nice. Savannah brought up some more dark details about her mom's prison camp, not just based on research she's done, but also her mom's particular circumstance. And she's about to share it with you guys and how hard it can be.
Federal prison camp that mom is at has no air, correct? Has no air whatsoever.
Well, that's bad.
But there are dogs, service dogs, for the adjacent prison, maybe the camp, that are housed in a heated and cooled building because it's inhumane for them not to be.
But a person's not.
Exactly. That's where I'm going with it. So it's inhumane for a dog to not have air and heat, but it's not inhumane for a human to not have it. So that's the challenge for me right now, is how in the world we can look at this and say, like, this is okay. This is environmentally friendly. We are housing people in humane conditions, because we're not. When asbestos, no air, women are passing out in the heat of summer. There are lawsuits against the prisons for this, at the fact that the prison gets to be 110 degrees. And
That's
there's no
almost
air.
like hell, ain't it?
Trust me, it's hell.
As I heard her say it's hell, I thought, yeah, you think it's hell now. Wait to see your mom in 6 or 7 years after dealing with it.
It is hell. So that is something that I am going to scream from the mountaintops, because it's not right. It's not humane. At least if we are going to, I'm not saying that a federal inmate needs to be at the Four Seasons. I'm not. But what I am saying is you need to have proper medical care. You need to have air. You need to be in a building that has got heat and air. You need to have hot water. There should not be mold and asbestos everywhere.
She's right. She's not exaggerating. Feds accused of ignoring asbestos mold at women's prisons. A government watchdog has found a substantial likelihood that the Federal Bureau of Prisons committed wrongdoing when it ignored complaints and failed to address asbestos and mold contamination at a federal women's prison in California. I've seen similar complaints in Florida prisons as well, and this is not only dangerous to the people in the prisons, but also the guards that are watching over the prisons and the staff that are there. Okay, we'll go back to the show now and listen to her.
Life goes on, and we have to create a new normal. And I'm not gonna lie, a new show will be heartwarming. It'll break your heart. You'll laugh. You'll
cry with us and laugh with us.
Exactly, all the things. Because let me just tell you, I'm experiencing trying to date with Chloe and Grayson around 10 and 16 years old. And wow.
Well, I'll babysit when you got to have a date. And when I get a date, you can.
Oh, when you get a date. So now, y'all, we've got my 78-year-old grandmother and then me at 25 both trying to date.
Not me. But I had to go put my air filters in the other day.
How did we go from dating to air filters?
Well, if anybody could land an oil cowboy, it's Nanny Faye. Total faith in her. Well, on that note, I'm going to wrap up this video. I have huge respect for Savannah. For a 25-year-old, she's really rising to the occasion. And no matter what you think of her parents and what they did, she's something very special to take care of her younger siblings and try to make money for the whole family and keep things floating and support her parents emotionally. Props to her. And I think we should all have her back and show her our support. And I hope she gets a show. I really do. All right, you guys, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. You never know what you're going to get on my channel. And I wish her the best of luck with justice reform. It's so badly needed.